You mentioned there just your own background as an environmental scientist, and I can imagine, whether it's climate negotiations or just education of people, on the street who are interested in the subject, that you have to balance that kind of scientific urgency with economic realities, but also just trying to appeal to people at a human level of psychology. How do you balance that message? And I know it's probably contextual depending on your audience, but you can't go too far in either direction, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, look, and this is what we do every day now in Change by Degrees, is to try and create the kind of content and experiences through our sustainability skills platform that help everybody at work, whether you work in HR or procurement, whether you're the CSO or CEO, or you work on reception. We're trying to create ways for everybody to be part of this conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
number one, make it human. And number two, drop all the lingo and the jargon that goes with this space.
Yeah.
It gets so dense and so difficult. And then none of the preachiness. So we all like, perfect is the enemy of the good. Perfection is a bully is something that Madeline Murray, my co-founder, always says. There is this tendency to think that you can't possibly talk about being sustainable as a person or as a business unless you've got it all cooked up and you're perfect. There is no perfect. There
Mm-hmm.
is no sustainable business. There's no business that I can point you to and say they're 100% sustainable. It doesn't exist. So there's also no blueprint to how you get there. There's lots of good practice and advice and standards and guidelines, but there is no perfect way to do it. So there's license for trial and error, there's license for getting it wrong, but ultimately we have to make these conversations more human. So,
Mm-hmm.
when I wrote my book, I think I was most delighted when I got the review from, I don't know, the Times in England or something, that it was an unpreachy and
Yeah.
engaging book,
Yeah.
because that's like the worst thing you can do is be preachy. Like, here
Mm.
she is standing up on her green high horse telling everybody what to do. So, like anything, if you want to communicate with anybody on anything, putting yourself in their shoes, asking questions to try and understand where they come from. So again, if you want to have a conversation with someone around climate change, I wouldn't go into it, telling them that, oh my God, haven't you heard, it's desperate, we're after warming the planet by over 1.5, sure, we're goose, there's no hope. That's unlikely to lead to any kind of conversation. But I always say you would start a conversation with someone on, as you would on anything. So what are they interested in? What do they care about? Now, what are the overlaps with
Mm-hmm.
climate or environment? So it might be that someone loves swimming in the sea, so the ocean is their way in. Or they might have grandkids and they're worried about them, and that's their way in.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find, it's different for every person and
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
different to anything else. Like, you have to be curious about them.